Welcome back to another Crypto Sherpa News video. That's right, we have 3 videos today. I hope all of you are watching them. If not, please give this video a thumbs up, like, and share this with your friends because this is all educational purposes. But in this video, we're going to go over a bunch of institutional news videos. We got Lebanon Banks close in solidarity, 650 US banks to soon accept cryptocurrencies, UK Chancellor names CBDC on list of financial reforms for Treasury, and more. So just stay tuned and sit back and get ready for the show. All right, people. So before we begin, I should just say that, or point out, there's a lot of FUD out there in the marketplace. People will always be turning down Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, saying it's illegal, our banks aren't going to use it, no institutions are getting involved. I see my little nephew back there having fun. But yeah, there's so much fun news out there, but stuff can happen in the real world. This is some news I think is important that should get out there. But first up, a couple months ago, we had some fun news where Kevin O'Leary said in an article that no institutions at all are investing in cryptocurrencies. But let me bring up that article. But that's such a lie. It was just FUD to scare the news people to sell their crypto, because all these big guys out there, they are never going to sell their cryptocurrencies. Banks, elites, whales, they are never going to sell it because they know the current fiat system is dying, and cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin or Ethereum, are the best options to fix this dying issue. So yeah, people, if you think banks and elites are going to sell at 500,000, 700,000, 1 million, they are never going to sell. They're going to hold on to it and hold it as leverage to give out to you as a loan or whatnot. It's going to be a typical banking system like they are now. They only offer you 0.01% of keeping your money in their savings account per year, but they'll be doing the exact same thing with Bitcoin. So this is not this is not a timing of the market game where you're just trying to get it and then get out to get some fiat cash on your way. No. You want to take some profit on the way, but you're not going to sell everything, because these guys are not going to. They know this is a way to become your own bank. It's the best opportunity to do it. So yeah, let's just dive on into the news. That is my little spiel about how FUD news out there can lower the marketplace. Let's move on to, make sure, our very first article. Lebanon Banks close in solidarity after assault on staff. Now this article didn't pop up under typical coin market cap. I had to find this on BBC News. I heard this from the Modern Investor this morning, but expect this to happen, people, in the near future. If it's not just Lebanon, this could be your bank or another country's bank to close down, and you have nothing to do. So this is where cryptocurrencies come into play, where you're in full control of your money. Never keep your money in a bank account on exchange. You want to be in full control of it, because something like this could happen to you, and then you're on the sideline with none of your money. So let's read this article. Banks in Lebanon have closed for the day after an assault on staff at the headquarters of Lebanese Swiss banks. About 100 men stormed the building in Beirut on Monday night, trying to access closed accounts and injuring 3 employees. According to the bank, the Association of Banks in Lebanon denounced the disgraceful attack and then said branches would shut in solidarity. Lebanon, in the midst of one of the world's most severe economic crises in modern times. Water so toxic it could burn your eyes. Lebanon Easter biscuit, similar to some more articles, but more on that. The Lebanese pound has lost more than 90% of its value against the US dollar since 2019, and inflation has skyrocketed, wiping out people's wages and causing food prices to triple. Yeah, okay, I gotta stop right here. Their pound has lost 90% because of US dollar printing. This ain't the only country whose current fiat is backed by the US dollar. And over the past year, the US have been printing a substantially amount of dollar bills. And when they did that, it's not merely affecting the US, but it's affecting these countries out there. Because look, it's lost 90%. People who had money in these countries are now broke. They have nothing. Their banks are shut down because of it. So protect yourself, people, because this could come to your own hometown, your neck of the woods. So just prepare for the times to come if this is to happen. If it doesn't happen, cool, go on with your life. But it's always wise to prepare for the worst when things happen. But yeah, Lebanese Swiss banks said on Monday the attack was carried out by people belonging to charity in south of Lebanon, Benin, whose accounts had been closed for an unspecified reason. It said that they barged their way and they forced employees to transfer money to accounts in Turkey. Benin's president, Mohamed Baden, denied that force was used and said that funds were transferred amicably. On Saturday, people angered by the worsening living conditions attempted to break into branches of Lebanon's central bank in the cities of Tripoli and Sidon. The protesters erupted after the value of the Lebanese pound hit a record low, reaching 18,000 to the US dollar on the black market. In separate development, on Tuesday, the Lebanese government raised fuel prices by more than 30% in an effort to alleviate shortages that have caused long queues as petrol stations and violent confrontations in recent weeks. The government approval of plan to effectively cut subsidies last week in the hope of securing an adequate supply of fuel for at least the next 3 months. UN agencies warned in December that the removal of subsidies in Lebanon with guarantees to protect the country's most vulnerable people risks inflicting a social catastrophe on them. Half of the population believed to be living below the poverty line. So, yeah, this is where cryptocurrencies can definitely save these countries. Like, if these people could get into the Divi project, oh man, that was one thing. But it's just like these countries, Venezuela, some countries in South America, who just their current fiat system is just dying and prices keep inflating because of all the disasters going on around. We have like ships going down, explosions, company explosions. What is it? We had a grease fire. There was a meat shortage. We had in the US, we have the gas pipeline. There's 2 ships for cargo ships that went down in the sea over Japan. But it's just all that news right there. Just we are looking for it. We are heading to a pretty bad situation. So just prepare yourselves, people. Pay attention to the news, see what's happening, and just stock up on some things if you have to. Let's move on to our next article. 650 US banks and credit unions ready to offer Bitcoin purchases. So more institutions. What was that? Kevin O'Leary? No institution's going to get Bitcoin? What's this? Impatient to compete with crypto exchanges, US financial institutions are set to offer crypto to millions of clients. Which clients? Most likely the most wealthy before they give it to us poor people. But digital asset management firm New York Digital Investment Group, the NYDIG, and Enterprise Payments Corporation's National Cash Register join efforts in facilitating massive crypto exposure, enabling 650 communities, U.S. community banks, and credit unions to offer Bitcoin purchases, according to Forbes magazine. Thanks to the collaboration, financial institutions that are getting fed up by observing crypto purchases made from their accounts to outside exchanges are offered a point of entry into the market in which they are eager to complete. 24 million total customers, mobile applications, specially built by the payment providers NCR, introduced cryptocurrency trading to an estimated 24 million clients, offering them a fast lane to buy and spend Bitcoin within their existing accounts. The financial institutions that will offer the courtesy will rely on NYDIG's custody service, and by doing so, bypass the demanding regulatory framework related to actual holding cryptos for their clients. The 135-year-old Atlanta-based payment giant is the firm believer in the benefits and strategy application of crypto, according to the NCR Presidential of Digital Banking, Douglas Brown. And that's true for our banking relations, evidenced by NYDIG and across retailers as well as restaurants, and like that Brown told Forbes. This also will give rapid exposure. Since March of 2020, the NCR stock has jumped 238% with the onset of the pandemic and the quarantine rules, which forced numerous banks to shut down their physical branches while boasting the expansion of financial technology service providers. The company does business in 160 countries with services ranging from digital banking to ATMs and restaurant point-of-sale kiosks. Recently, the enterprise payments behemoth partnered up with crypto payment companies Flexa, enabling clients in 600 shops to start using Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Doge, and other cryptocurrencies. Gas, according to research firm RBR, NCR is a large provider of assisted self-service terminals globally, including China with 53%. NCR services 180,000 restaurants, retail chains, and more, all of which could opt crypto payments if they evolve according to plan lay in hand. Whoa. Okay. For those who don't realize, like, I was probably one guy out there. I had John Kim, Litecoin John. He's totally a Lambo guy. He started pushing this OneCoin AMP, which is a part of the Flexa network. So, whoa, that coin's only at 5 cents right now. I think it pushed it. No, it's like at 5 cents. It pushed 10 cents, maybe 11 cents. But whoa, we have 650 businesses or banks coming into play, and plus they're doing partnerships with Flexa. This is huge news. That could be a huge thing for that coin. I traded my coins to do a Divi token video, but I might want to get back in there, just put a little dip my toe in it, but we'll see. So yeah, that's the NYDRC news for the banks joining in. Let's move on. Doing a news show, boys. We are on the news. And for those of you who don't know, I got my nephews right here with me, so they're in the news too. Let's move on. Swiss banks invest 200 million in Brazil's largest cryptocurrency exchange. Japanese banking behemoth SoftBank has invested 200 million in one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in Latin America. Mercado Bitcoin, the largest crypto exchange in Brazil, has received 200 million investment from the Japanese multinational conglomerate holding company SoftBank Group Corp in recent concluded Series B funding, the largest Series B funding in LATAM. According to a Thursday report, SoftBank made the investment through its Latin America fund. Robert Dagnoni, the executive chairman and CEO of 2TM, the parent company of Mercado Bitcoin, noted that the Giants Bank's move represents the largest Series B funding round in LATAM and its largest investment in the Latin American crypto firm. Mercado Bitcoin intends to use the fresh capital to expand its offerings outside the confines of the Latin American market, scales its operations, and invest in necessary infrastructures that will help it meet the rising demand for crypto-related services in the country. Dagnoni said that the platform is quite integrated, so custody is very important, releasing the power of the institutional market. We're also looking at regional expansion in LATAM and expansions via M&A, mergers and acquisitions as well. The latest investment brings 2TMs, that's 2 trillions or TM, I'm not sure, valuations to $2.1 billion, making it the second largest crypto unicorn company in Latin America. The funding came at a time when Mercado Bitcoin had experienced an impressive first half of the year. The trading platform saw the light of day in 2013 and has grown significantly since then. The company noted that between January and May 21st, and about 700,000 new customers signed up to use its services, and this increase brings its client base to 2.8 million, approximately more than 70% of the entire individual investor base in Brazil's stock exchange. The exchange also revealed that its trading volume during the first 5 months of the year had surged to $5 billion, which is substantially higher than the total volume it saw for its first 7 years combined. This is a positive development with the cryptocurrencies. The development is a positive one, as the funding also comes at a time when the crypto market is saturated with FUD amid the various regulatory crackdowns, especially in China. That's right, we are saturated with FUD. It all started with Elon Musk and Kevin O'Leary. I'm just kidding, not this time, but it's all over. Yeah, banks, governments, whales, it's all spraying FUD in this marketplace. So it's your job to look within it and see the bigger picture of it all. Hold on to your cryptos, people. This ain't a time in the market phase. This is a accumulation game. So just acquire. Let's move on to our next article. UK Chancellor names CBDC on list of financial reforms for Treasury. While I believe in the power of new technology, we also need to manage its impact on our economy and society, said Rishi Sunak. Look at this. We got Big Ben in the background. Rishi Sunak, Chancellor of the Exchequer for the United Kingdom, has included cryptocurrencies and stablecoins on the list of financial reforms the government plans to undertake in the next few years. Speaking to lawmakers at the Lord Mayor of London's residence on Thursday, the Chancellor said that the UK government would be implementing recommendations to establish the country as a center of fintech innovation and business. Though Sunak said the UK would be protecting its citizens' access to cash, he added authorities would be monitoring updates in finance and technology, as well as working on its own reforms regarding digital assets. Here in a tweet from Rishi Sunak, Over the few years, we will implement a sweeping set of financial services reforms, sharpening our competitive advantage in financial services, continuing to deliver for our communities, and working internationally to set higher global standards. Based on the independent review of the UK fintech sector conducted by entrepreneur Ron Khalifa, Sunak said officials would be consulting on pioneering reforms to support the safe adoption of crypto assets and stable coins, as well as explore the case for the Bank of England issuing a central bank digital currency, or CBDC. The report released in February proposed changes to the country's regulatory framework on the new technologies, encouraging education in fintech, nurturing existing fintech firms in the UK, and more. The United Kingdom has been exploring a CBDC for some time. The country took a major step last year when both the Bank of England and HM Treasury announced they were researching whether and how central banks can issue their own digital currency as a complement to cash. Following the publication of Khalifa's review, February, authorities have gone to establish a central bank digital currency task force to explore preliminary issues associated with the design, implementation, and operation of the CBDC in the United Kingdom. So that's right. So right here, let's see, they want to establish a central bank digital currency. Wait, no, it wasn't that one. Where was it? Here we go. Whether on how central banks can issue their own digital currency as a complement to cash. So right here, people, just pay attention to that. Central banks are going to create a CBDC. That's just going to be exactly like their own cash system, which is failing. So if you're just going to make a digital version of something that's failing, what makes you think it's going to succeed and fix the problem? It's not. So be aware of that, people. Don't trust CBDCs at all because they're just the same as paper money. And we don't want that. That's bad. Okay, that's the UK Chancellor news. So yeah, let's move on. Next up, Robinhood's in the news, and they are facing $70 million in fines from regulators. And this was for files for the IPO. The U.S. Financial Industry Regulatory Authority delivered its biggest financial penalty against the trading app on Wednesday, and Robinhood still reportedly faces scrutiny from the SEC regarding its business practices. That's a funny little artwork right there. Yep, that looks like a Robinhood situation right now. Should be scared. Stock and cryptocurrency trading app Robinhood has filed an application with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for initial public offering. In a Form S-1 registration statement filed Thursday for the SEC, Robinhood said it intended to move forward with an initial public offering for its Class A common stock. If approved, the company said it plans to trade using the ticker HOOD on the NASDAQ and raise $100 million in the debut. Robinhood said it would reserve 20% to 35% of the shares for its users. The IPO announcement comes just one day after the U.S. Financial Industry Regulatory Authority ordered Robinhood to pay roughly $70 million in fines related to its allegedly systematic supervisory failures, as well as the restitution to customers it had allegedly caused widespread and significant harm. Robinhood reported in filing that it had reached an agreement in principle with the regulatory body to pay $57 million, but only $4.5 million in restitution to affect users. In addition, Robinhood has faced multiple lawsuits from regulators, state authorities, and individuals related to the platform's outages, accounts, takeovers, and trading restrictions connected to the GameStop controversy. The company has said and anticipates it will pay $15 million to New York State Department of Financial Services related to anti-money laundering and obscurity-related issues. The meme-based cryptocurrency Doge played a large role in the trading app's activity. Robinhood reported 34% of its total revenue from the crypto in the first quarter of 2021. That came from Doge when we had that bull run spike. The company claimed that its business could be adversely affected if the markets for Dogecoin deteriorate or if the price of Dogecoin declines without a similar demand of other tokens on the app. So yeah, Doge will decline. If we hit another bull run, it will definitely go up there, but in the slow times, it will fail. It's a deflationary token. 10,000 new Doge are created every day, and that doesn't help the market cap and the price for where it can be. So do your research, people. If it doesn't have a coin cap and it's making more every single day, it's just like paper money, and that is trash. And also about that, I'm not going to continue reading on the rest of this article, but what's going on with this is like they need regulations because there was some time back in the day, not too long ago, a couple months ago, when GameStop, remember the GameStop short that was happening? Like a bunch of retail people were making millions of dollars from the stock and the AMCs going, And all over the news, we kept hearing about like, how dare these people make money? How dare these retail people? They should be rules and regulations on what we should do to stop them. And here we go. We have it now. We have the regulations to stop poor people from buying stocks and cryptocurrencies because this is the real world. Whales don't want the poor people to make money. They want to be in control of them and be able to tell them what to do. And people still work their day job and whatever, get a paycheck. Like they got to follow the financial systematic rules that we are given. But yeah, they're going to try to. But cryptocurrencies, you don't need to use Robinhood. Get a non-custodial wallet so you don't have to be on any exchange. Don't even use Coinbase. Coinbase is exactly the same as Robinhood. Same with BitTrue. Like they're going to try to put regulations on your purchases. If they can't do it, they will shut down their network and say, oh, we got technical issues, so I'm sorry you couldn't buy or sell that dip. So yeah, that's that news right there. Just be safe, people. Let's move on. George Soros Investment Fund turns its attention to Bitcoin. A report from The Street has announced that George Soros Investment Fund will start actively trading Bitcoin. In the report, the firm reportedly receiving a nod of approval to start trading Bitcoin yesterday. The green light had come from Don Fitzpatrick, who is the chief investment officer of the Soros Management Fund. The fund, which is led by infamous billionaire George Soros, has about 27 million under management. Soros is notorious for betting against currencies he believes are weak. A massive speculative attack on the British pound in the 90s had earned Soros notoriety in the financial markets. The man who broke the Bank of England, as he came to be known, was gone from this attack. No, not its first rodeo. This is not the first time that funds is getting into the market. A report from Bloomberg back in March showed that the fund had already been in the crypto market for a while. The company had already been trading in cryptocurrencies, infrastructures, companies going... Oh man, that was rambling right there. The company had already been trading in cryptocurrencies, infrastructure companies, going with the exchanges, asset managers, and custodians. Talking about the move, the CIO said that it was a really important moment in time for cryptos. Fitzpatrick further explained that Bitcoin could have most likely just stayed a fringe asset, but money supply had surged by 25% over the past year. This surge has to do with the fact that the governments had to bail out citizens and companies during the pandemic. With so many places closed down, entire industries shut down, in some cases, governments had given stimulus checks to citizens. There's a real fear of debasing fiat currencies when you think of Bitcoin. I don't think it's a currency. I think it's a commodity. And it's a commodity that's easily storable. It's easily transferable. The IRS classifies it as a physical asset. It has a finite amount of supply, and that supply is halved every 4 years. So I think it's interesting, said Don Fitzpatrick, Chief Investing Officer at Soros Fund Management. Now, is this good for Bitcoin? I think so, but let's read the article. Well, it is never easy to predict how a fund like Soros Management Fund would affect the market. The fund is still led by George Soros, and if history has anything to go by, then the fund might end up carrying out a speculative attack. But this speculative attack would not be against Bitcoin. No, it would be against the dollar. Similar to Michael Saylor's strategy with MicroStrategy, the firm could end up borrowing dollars at a little to no cost and using it to buy as much Bitcoin as possible. So this strategy is for big guys out there. If you're a poor person like me, I'm paycheck to paycheck. I work a retail job, but I invest whatever little I can into crypto because I know it is the future. And yeah, I now have more more cryptos than in my savings account in a bank. So let's see if you want to be on there too. But yeah, this is how people are going to do it. Like the dollar's going to die. These big whales are going to keep borrowing money and then buying all the Bitcoin left. And pretty soon there's going to be no more Bitcoin. So get it while you can, people. It's a finite supply. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. 4 to 6 million is gone forever from thrown away hard drives or forgotten seed phrases. So we were dealing with 15 million, and the supplies that gets printed every year gets halved. So collect it while you can. Let's move on to our next article that I thought was pretty interesting. German law could lead to 415 billion in crypto investment. That's a huge amount. That's a $500 billion right there. Until today, German funds were barred from investing in crypto. A new law has passed allowing funds to allocate up to 20% of their asset class. The key takeaways from this is a new German law allowing funds to invest in crypto has come into effect, opening the floodgates for up to $415 billion to flow into the space. Let me close it. Germany has shown a willingness to work with crypto, recently allowing Coinbase to hold assets for German customers. Germany has a significant economic influence on the rest of Europe. Let's read there. A new German law called by the Fund Location Act allows all specialized investment funds to invest up to 20% of their $2 trillion in assets under management in crypto. Fund Location Act takes effect. A German law that takes effect today could potentially lead to investments of up to $415 billion flowing into crypto. The law, introduced in April 2021 and ratified by the parliament shortly after, allows Germany's rich investment funds more discretion. The new laws allows each fund to make allocations up to 20% in crypto assets. Today, the law has come into effect only a few days after the German government made another significant crypto-friendly move by allowing Coinbase to offer custody to German customers. The regulation between Coinbase and Germany state will serve as a basis for other crypto exchanges to set up shop in European countries. If all investment funds in Germany special fund were to allocate 20% in crypto, that would represent an influx of $415 billion in the market. While it's not likely that all specialized funds would make a crypto allocation, the current yearly return of crypto assets may incentivize many of these funds to build a significant crypto position. But yeah, so that's the German news we have. But they're allowing Coinbase. So for you Germans out there who are watching this, get a non-custodial wallet like Treasure, because you want to make sure you're in control of your money. Say something happens at Coinbase and they have like a technical error when you want to sell or trade your money, then your cryptos, then you're out of luck. So get a non-custodial wallet and use truly decentralized applications to trade your currencies, or get an over-the-counter exchange with Caleb and Brown, because then you're dealing with a one-on-one person. But yeah, so kudos Germany for getting into the crypto world. Let's move on to our last article. Study names United States most crypto-ready country. Let's read this article, because me personally, I don't think the United States is the most crypto-ready. Honestly, I believe we're going to be the last to adopt cryptocurrencies. You got South America do it. I say another poorer country is going to do it next, and eventually either America or Europe is going to be the last ones to be involved in cryptocurrencies. But here we go. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ether are considered to be commodities by the United States Commodity Futures Trading Commission and Securities Exchange Commission. Despite not having a clear regulatory framework on cryptocurrencies, the United States has positioned itself as the most crypto-ready nation in the world based on several key metrics such as Google searches, crypto ATM, saturation, and legislation. The 2021 Crypto Ready Index, courtesy of research firm Crypto Head, gave the United States a top score of 7.13 out of 10. In terms of crypto ATMs, the USA is leading the way with over 17,000, which is by far the most in the world, as the next closest country has been around 16,000 less. The results, which were released on Thursday, showed U.S. law allows for ownership of cryptos and its U.S. banks. And there has been a 140% increase in searches for cryptocurrencies in the past year. So here we have a chart on the top countries ready for cryptos. United States is number 1, Cyprus is next, number 3 is Singapore, 4 is Hong Kong, and 5 is the United States, but lastly, Canada. So I guess that does make United States the most ready with all these ATMs going around. But the United States looked poised to regress on the regulatory front last year when the outgoing Trump administration pushed for harsher legislations on self-custody wallets. Under President Joe Biden, the White House appears to have taken a more favorable stance on digital assets with the appointment of Gary Gensler, a crypto-friendly lawmaker, to the position of the SEC Commission. Although the United States has seen a steady influx of new cryptocurrency adopters, including some Wall Street elites, the future regulatory framework remains uncertain. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission and Treasury Department's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network are expected to play a bigger role in the shaping future to crypto regulations in the country. So there you have it. The United States is on the way, and I'm sure a bunch of other countries as well. And last, let's take a look at Bitcoin market cap and see where all the currencies are at. Bitcoin is currently at $33,000. We're down 5%. Ethereum's at $2,100. down 5, or down like 5 yesterday, but they're still above that 2,000. Cool. Binance coins at 282, Cardano's 131. Doge is still going down with XRP. Polkadot's at 15, Uniswap's at 1767, Litecoin's at $134, and Theta 619. Wondering when we're going to see that spike happen. And where's TFUEL? Let's look at TFUEL. Amp's at, like I said, 5 cents. We had that current article where it's about to be adopted with the Fluxet network, so we could be seeing some big things for this guy, but again, we don't know the future. We just take a look at the news and make speculations of what could happen. And then Theta Fuel, 37 cents, down 7%, but I see that number spiking as more and more people start staking their key fuel, taking it off the market and less movable. Alrighty. And as always, we always like to end on the crypto fear to greed index. I missed yesterday, but we were at a 28 still, and we are still currently at a 28 of fear. We're in the orange. We're not in extreme fear or we're non-greed. So this is still a great buying opportunity. For those of you that don't know the crypto fear and greed index, when there are signs of extreme fear, that can be a sign that investors are too worried. That could be a great buying opportunity. But when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. So yes, we are still in the fear zone. So this is a great buying opportunity, people. So get it while you can. Institutions are buying the cryptocurrencies up like crazy. Germany's law has potential to have $500 billion meet the market. And yeah, US is ready to be the top guy in cryptos. But all that and more. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate it so much. If you got some knowledge and like the feedback from this, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share this with your friends, and even hit that bell icon to stay tuned and be up to date with all my daily crypto news. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it every single day. If you guys want to learn about cryptocurrencies and how to get started, scan my QR code right there. Also, I got a link to my Patreon account down below. So again, guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to go to the beach right now because it is a wonderful day and I want to relax the rest of my day off. So again, thank you guys for watching. The Sherpa is out.